Welcome everyone back to Fallout 4, and in today's stream we are starting the rebuild of Jamaica Plain. Did a video a couple episodes back and we cleaned the place up a little bit. So we're gonna basically try and rebuild everything. There's the original settlement that I built previously. There was just that little section over there. That's your vanilla section. But now we've got the mods and everything to build everywhere around here. And the link is in the description, by the way. And we're going to try and rebuild this whole town. And I've actually started one house right over here. You can see over there where I rebuilt the whole house. So everything is fixed. Let's quickly have a look. Because I need to go like test it and see some of the stuff I've never used before. So I added a couple of plants on the outside, rebuilt the roof, the walls, everything. The only original part of the build that was here is this little front porch with this roof and the stairs. That's it. Everything else I rebuilt myself. So you can see it looks a little bit different. So I just put a couple of things in the inside here just to fill it up a little bit. So nothing too fancy, but I want to keep it basic if we're going to try and rebuild all these buildings. The only thing I am concerned about is when you do scrap and rebuild some of the houses, the game starts to get a little bit funny. So I'm not sure how it's going to react. So I'm going to be careful for that. I actually want to start in this corner. Is there anything? Oh yeah, that's the thing, there's the power as well. I want to set up power. Obviously you've got these lamps, but they won't, I don't think they're gonna work. I don't think so. I've got to connect power to it or something, I don't know. We'll get back to that. I want to see, is there anything we're going to change in this diner here? Actually I want to put lights in and stuff. I don't know if I can scrap. Let's just see what is scrappable and rebuildable. I'm looking forward to doing this. Our previous streams we were busy with Vault 88, which I do, well, cut short actually, because the game can't keep up with what I was doing. So if I built any more, there was a chance that everything would have crashed. So I ended it off, but we got most of the Vault built, so you guys can check that out. I wonder now, I can scrap these pieces. I want to try and see if I can rebuild as much of all the buildings around here. And we've got all the things we need. There's this house, things we're going to be using. Where's the diner stuff? Diner stuff, where is it? I'm sure I saw it here somewhere. Commercial, melt, building, industrial. I wonder, where did I see it? Lobbies and floors. No, that's not what I'm looking for. No, that's what we're gonna be using now. Industrial. Now where is this diner stuff? I'm sure I had it here somewhere. Garage, shell, subway, glass, doors. Oh my gosh. There's so many stuff here, I can't actually keep up with everything. Subway ceilings. How big is this stuff? Oh, that's pretty big. It's probably not gonna snap into this things easier, because not all the stuff snaps. Well, that could work just to close this up. Not exactly what I wanted. Just see quickly if I can. If I don't have to scrap the roof, then it's fine. I can just build over it, even though it's not exactly what I wanted. Just see if I can. There's some way of placing this thing here or not. Okay, well, it's not too bad actually. Some of the buildings you have to completely rebuild, and some things we can just patch up or try to patch up. So let's just see how it goes. Is there any other small pieces in here? I haven't actually had a chance to look at a lot of the stuff that's in this pack, so... Okay, well that looks a little bit better at least. I would like to make this actually a bit... See, I wonder if I can add another piece onto here. It will go through the roof. Let's see if I go from this side. Don't know if this is gonna stick through or what. Okay, hold on, maybe I can squeeze it in here somewhere. Or maybe not. Okay, well it's lined up there. The roof is closed off, sort of. But there are other pieces I can use. So there's not actually much to do here, so I'm happy with that. I think all the lighting and the power and things we're going to have to do afterwards. Okay, so let's start with this one. Can I scrap? For some reason I can't scrap here. Why can't I scrap here? I'm going to have to disable each one of these pieces now, or what? Okay, the walls can scrap. Now that doesn't want to scrap. Okay, and the pieces we want to use is... No, it's not that one. They are actually prefab sections. I can... Where is it? This one, yeah. So we got all the different houses, parts we can build with. And we got prefab, so we can actually just stick down fully built houses, which is going to make it a bit easier. But these are pretty big. So we're going to have to first make some space. Okay, now I need to know whether this is actually going to work. So let me just make a save point and see what's going to happen if I disable this stuff. Okay, piece by piece. And the game starts going funny, so see, like over there, it starts flashing up. There we go. Some of the rendering goes all kind of weird. Now, it did that a couple of times when I rebuilt this house. So I'm hoping that it's just like a temporary thing that's gonna happen. So, once I get rid of that one. Get rid of that. It's like the game has got to re-render everything because there's all of a sudden buildings missing. Okay, now I can get rid of this stuff. And the thing is, I can't clean all this stuff out here either. It's a problem. So I'm just going to be careful now what it is I'm actually doing here. Take that, pick that up. I see now you got the scrap here. The issue. Hopefully this doesn't cause any oh my gosh. See what I mean? That starts happening. Okay, now I can't scrap any other stuff here, I think. Let's see if we can put down a house. Okay, one can go. Is there anything else I can scrap here? Not really. There's a deck or something here somewhere. Scrap a deck. Is there anything this side? There's a deck or something here. Deck, sidewalk. Really wanted to get rid of that. And the funny thing is the workshop allocates the whole town, but when you get too close to the edge, in some locations it doesn't want to work. Frames. Let's see, prefabs. Okay, let's start with a small one. Where is a small house? Yeah, that looks pretty good, but now how do you get it so that it's not standing in the dirt? See, I can stick it down here, but there's dirt there. Let's see what happens if I do that. I need to lift it up or something. Otherwise I've got to build bases first. It's the only way I'm going to get it to look, you know, decent. Otherwise it's just going to look real crappy. So, the only thing I can think of would be... I wonder those other things are going to work. Not normal foundations, it would be, what do you call it? I have to go back here in order to do it. Physically going to have to rebuild the terrain in order to get this to work. Where is the stuff I'm looking for? Can't remember now where it is. No, it's not in there. I mean, it should be in the Snappy Build Collection. It should be at the end here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay. And we have to rebuild all the terrain. The only way I can think of doing that is with these retaining walls. Now, where is it? Is it under this one? There we go. I've got all these little sections with grass and stuff. Now, what's the difference between... Okay, the grass color is a little bit different, that's about it. So let's see if I can... That gets a bit more complicated. I was hoping I could line it up with that. Well, you're snapping onto something. What are you snapping onto? I've got no idea what this thing is snapping onto. Well, hold on. I needed to actually get it low. Let's see if this will work. Do that. Okay, we need to move it up a little bit. A little bit lower. Need to get it lower. Okay. So we need to move this about there and then lower. So this is going to take a little bit of patience. Oh, a little bit more. Come on, give it to me. A little bit lower maybe. This is going to take a little bit of patience to get this right. Okay, that might be... I don't think I'm going to get it better than that. But maybe a little bit back, I think. Go a little bit forward like that. Let's see, do I know? I think that's the best I'm going to get it. Okay, the height is right, so it matches that wall at least. Now, how does this side look? Oh gosh, yeah, see, now you got a little house over there. So we need to stick. I'm gonna try and redo this stuff as best as I can. Okay, now you don't want to snap on there now, do you? Okay, so then we can build on top of this. I don't like the fact that this thing is flashing here. Now there are other pieces here I can now just add onto this grass. So if we take... where does this stuff snap on here again? It's supposed to snap onto this thing. We're snapping somewhere now a second ago. Okay, I'm gonna have to improvise. Try and get it. How straight is that? Come on, you were just working out a second ago. Now, why is it I can go from this side but not from that side? Okay, maybe it'll fit through the walls. Are you gonna snap through the wall or not? No, you don't want to snap through the wall. Doesn't make sense. Why is it snapping on that side and I need to snap on this side? This is the front of the wall, isn't it? Unless, hold on a sec. Maybe, that's the wall I was using. Maybe there's one without. Now let me try something here quickly. I do that, and then stick one without the other grass stuff on it. Which side is the front? Okay, it's both actually the same thing. Yeah, now why don't you wanna... Okay, now you snap again. Let's see if we can do it this way. Take that. You're gonna snap anywhere on you. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, this is very, very annoying. Okay, I don't know why it's not working, but let's see if we can get this lined up a little bit with this thing. Okay, that's more or less straight. Ish. This thing that makes no sense to me. Why? How can you work 1 second and not work the next second? That is beyond me. Okay, but anyway, let's see if we can do something here. Where is this stuff? Now I'm going to try to remember where everything is. Okay, but now that we can have a big gap there, which I don't want. Which I'm trying to avoid. Oh, this disappearing act of this stuff is not making me very comfortable. Okay, now who's making a racket now? I need to get this. Since this is the front, this needs to be touching this wall, otherwise it's not gonna work. Why does it snap onto... Makes no sense why it's snapping on the front of the wall and not in the back where you actually want to build. Okay, can you... You know what, just stay there if you want to go there. Get another block. Looks like you've got to get a fresh block every... Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. That's doing something. That's doing something. Yeah, you're gonna snap one for me. Is it on a certain height? Oh, come on, game, please. Do what I need to do. I actually wanted you there. I needed to go into that wall a little bit. Okay, I think that's how to space and get it. Stick that on like that. You're gonna snap. Why doesn't this stuff snap on? Okay, there's one. You're gonna make me use smaller pieces all over the place now, probably. Why don't you want to work properly? Okay, this game is now doing its own thing. Do I have any other blocks? What is this? No, this is a skew thing. These are all... That's different blocks. That's not the one I want. I want to use this. Okay, there's one. That one's going. This should technically be there. You're gonna have to be very patient in order to get this to work. Okay, it's going, it's going. I think the game is having some trouble connecting or something. Oh, we should have stopped doing that. Let's quickly make a little save point. Hopefully we can get this to work. Try again. If I don't put this base in, then I can't get the house down. We're gonna have dirt and trash all over the place. Okay, right, you come on. Why does it only work like for the first 3 seconds or something, and then all of a sudden it decides to stop working? I think the game is going all wonky. Maybe I'm gonna do a right angle or something, or look. Come on, it's not that difficult to fit in, seriously. Oh, hold on. Yeah, well, that's one way of doing it. Different angle. Yeah, see, the whole world is going berserk. Oh boy. This is not good. Not good at all. Okay, can I get at least some of the stuff down here somewhere? This is very annoying. Let me just stick some... Maybe this will work better. Ah, that will work. Not what I wanted to do, but it can work. Is this bigger than what that thing allows me? That's not too big. Let's get rid of that. See if we can get something in here to get this looking a bit better. See, I don't want it to do that. I need to get the grass edging. So nothing else here was more grass on it or something. No, that's not the color I want. I need these ones. Well, at least that looks better. Is this thing smaller there? This gap is getting smaller also. Let's see, I need something to... I don't know why it keeps going to that edge. I see the wall's actually in the way here now. That's the best I'm getting that. Don't know how I'm gonna close this hole up. Now I wonder how big is this house? Is this gonna fit on this thing? Oops, out of range. Maybe that's half the problem. Okay, let's just change this so I can see better. There we go. Maybe I can stick the house to cover that gap up. Let's try that again. Okay, come on. I gotta wait for this menu to open up. Okay, let's go snappy builds. We need... Now, where is it? House. Prefabs. I want to use this one. Okay, now I need to get it down somewhere and then move it. I think. I need to stick it somewhere down here. Gosh. Why is this? Put that out of the way. Now the game's going completely berserk here now. This is really gonna spoil my fun. Come on, why don't you want to go down? There's plenty of space. Okay, that's the back. That's the front. Oh, hold on. No, that a little something. Come on, where were you now? But you can't move these things a bit more. There we go. There's that. Then I will pick you up like so, and hopefully I can get you on here. Come on, you were working earlier, fine. Now you don't want to. Okay, hold on. Just head. See, I'm going outside the bold area, and I think that's what's causing the problem. I think that is what's causing the problem. How do I get this now to go up? And stay up. This is really, really annoying. Is this too big to fit on here, or what is going on? It was fitting fine earlier. And it's snapping, but it's snapping into the wrong place. I wanted to get it up here, then I can always extend the stairs or something. Unless I've got to move it some other way. Ugh, this is really, really annoying. I don't actually want to rebuild a whole house. I can use the prefabs, it makes it easier. Now you're snapping. Where are you snapping onto? What are you snapping onto? These are all the same, aren't they? No, they're all about the same size. No, that's way too big. Jeez, look at the size of some of these houses. They're huge. Okay, well, let's see if we can't do something else here. What is this? Oh, this thing is even bigger. This is what I want. I'm gonna find a way to get it in here to work. I wonder if I use... Ah, this whole game is going crazy. If this is going to do this the whole time, it's not going to be fun. I suppose I can straighten the sign a bit. What if I've got another one of these, then I can redo this sign. Since I am here, let me just quickly check there if I got... Do I have it? I've got a thing for signs. Billboards, branded, business. Do I have any of those big signs, some stuff? Nope, not that. That's not what I want. Food, drinking, commercial, landmarks. I don't think. Robco. Diamond City, Commonwealth. Do you have any? You would think it would be in here somewhere maybe, but I'm not entirely sure. For Harbor. This is Robco stuff, so it can be in there. Safety, vendor, lettering. No, no. Malicious. Nope. Business, branded. Well, it's kind of close, but not what we want. Billboards. Okay, these are just normal billboards. So they got all the signs except for this one. Strangely enough. Okay, I want to try and do something here now, actually. If these blocks don't work, I'm gonna have to try and see if I can use concrete blocks or something. Let's see, floors. Well, floors snap in, which is kind of good, I suppose. It's normal floor. Let's see, I wonder if it will rest on that. No, I think I'm going to have to use normal concrete blocks. Just a little bit of fair warning, it took me about 2 hours to work out that whole thing. Just that one house. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's try and do... Don't I have plain concrete in? I think that's got... There's no plain ones. Everything has got steel on it. Oh, hold on a sec, wait. I'm sure I had in somewhere here. There, like this. Go. Simple, plain, no funny business. Let's see if this is gonna work. Try and squeeze you in there. You don't want to squeeze in. And I don't want to take this wall out either. So let's see if we can come up with something here, maybe. We'll have to have a look. Okay, take that out. Take... Well, technically I want that. I need the front to be grass though, otherwise I'm gonna have to put my own grass in, which I did actually on the other side there. By that house, I'll put my own grass in afterwards. Okay, I wonder if this is gonna fit in here or not. Now this corner is a problem. How far I can do this. Now see, this is going out of the building area thing, and then that's what's causing the problem. Okay, let's see if this will go onto that thing. I mean, come on, need to pick you up. This thing refuses to go on here. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of weird. Okay, well, let's see if I might have to just try and see build a normal one. If I do this, then I take foundations. Okay, clearly that's not going to work. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to bear with me. It's the first time I'm trying to rebuild the entire town. Literally. Let's see, will these foundations click on here or not? Okay, that's sort of going, but it's not what I want. Oh, come on, I think the problem lies with this being somehow on the edge of a build zone, and I can't technically build it. I don't know why this stuff always got to snap on the wrong side of this wall. Why doesn't it want to go in here? It's making no sense to me why this stuff doesn't go in. Let's try Are you gonna snap onto anything? It doesn't go up. I'm gonna have to wiggle something. Otherwise we're gonna try and do another house. I have to come back to that one. Thinking maybe these areas, yeah, see, as soon as I do that, so I can't even build there, which I'm not very happy about, because there's the boundary. You can see clearly at the back, there's the boundary. But I can't build this in this area. Okay, so let's come back to it and see how far can I go through here. If I go this way, I'm outside the workshop. Okay, if I go down here. Okay, nothing happening here, so maybe I can just do this one. Okay, this is not exactly how I planned things to be going in today's episode. There's still some trash line here we can get rid of. Let's see if we can fix this house up. Let's start with this thing. Okay, floor out. That is... Okay, but now what are you scrapping, the whole house or just the roof? Okay, that's the floor. That's the roof. That's the roof. Some of the walls still look good. Now, I'm just not sure whether we are going to be able to snap onto this thing. So let's have a little look-see at our parts. What color is this thing? It is the bluish thing. Are you going to snap on there or not? Nope. That's where the problem comes in. I need to replace one of the walls in order to get this thing to work. But now if I scrap this, it's going to scrap the entire building. Which I do not want. Okay, so there's no way this is going to go on there, I think. Get back here. Yeah, it needs to snap on, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, I need to scrap that. Don't know why it scraps the floor. For no apparent reason. Okay, now we're gonna have to do a little bit of customizing here. That's a square. I need... I actually don't know which one was in here now. The door. It's not easy trying to get this stuff to actually line up and everything. That's the big one. How big does this thing need to be? I don't think it needs to be that big. Okay, that's not going to work. I have to just break this out. I think that thing is in the way as well. See, it's getting it on the right height. It's part of the problem. Okay, that looks about the right size. We just gotta plant it. Make sure that's more or less straight. Okay. That's about as good as it gets. Okay, now I need to add the doorways. This is a garage thing. I wonder where this... No, that's not what I'm looking for. The thing is, this menu that they've got for this stuff is very disorganized. It's very, very bad. Okay, now that actually was staying there. I was going to click on to that. No, it won't. Because we're going to rebuild the whole thing. I could use this, I suppose, but this is the garage actually. So that's not going to work. It's not garage, it's all house parts. So they give you all these different sections. You got multiple things you can choose from. But it tends to confuse you actually a little bit. Add on deck. Where's the garage door things I had here earlier? Walls. Is it? It's not in there. Nope. That's the trims, interior, brick walls, wood walls. I know I had a thing here somewhere now. I just don't know where it is. They got very confusing setup here. Okay, I think this is somewhere in here maybe. Nope. Not that one. Okay, doorways. There's what I'm looking for. Stupid thing. And these things, they snap a little bit strange sometimes as well. That's the garage door, which goes in there. Then we can use a normal wall, which I now got to try and find where it is. Does that. And then you got these corners. So these things don't always snap. You got to put in the corners. There was a door at the back here, but we don't necessarily have to have a door at the back. Now, but now see, why does it give me this? That I don't want. And they all do it. They put the interior on all the different stuff. Which is a little bit annoying. There's no other... I don't have anything else that's got different color or something. Everything looks like that. So that's a bit of a bummer actually. Because technically that's an interior wall, but you don't usually use that on a garage or something. Okay, so that's more or less the garage rebuilt. Okay, now we can go and find roof pieces. Oh, these menus are terrible to work with. Okay, so we're going to stick you like that, and then that should overlap on that one. Not like that. Like so. I think. There we go, we got basic building rebuilt. And then all we need now for this, we head back to the walls, get the trims, and then you stick these in on the corners to trim it off. What's happening here though? Why is this? Is this the wrong wall here? No, that's the wrong wall. Okay, well, trim has to go in there anyway. And we gotta find some walls, which I think it's gonna be in here somewhere. There's a lot of stuff here. These things are so, look at it, it's in front of me, but it's so thin you can't see it. Okay, that looks correct now. Okay, now that's in the right place. Is the foundation the right size? I can't even tell actually. The only issue is now this doesn't actually snap to the existing building. You have to rebuild the whole thing. Okay, picture frame, go. That's all gonna go now anyway. Okay, then we had a thing in here, but we need to replace. Okay, so it's a double window, then you got that thing on the side and that over there. I think the porch should be fine. Now we get rid of that and replace the base. This is a pretty big one, which should be This one, I think, if I can get this somehow down here. Are you gonna go down there for me or not? Okay, it's gotta be flush for this thing. Obviously, it doesn't want to go flush. Need something to see more or less where this thing is gonna be. Okay, why aren't you going on there? You're blocking too much. Okay, well, let me just have to take this out. I don't like the fact that this game is doing its spooky little thing. How big is this thing? Is this thing too big or... I can't tell on the size though. What are you snapping onto? And some of these things got borders on them and everything, and you can't make out what's going on. Oh, man, I can't see a damn thing with this. I'm clicking in the way here. Let's try this way. Okay, why don't you want to go down? Okay, so that's the plain one. Okay, so that's what we needed there. This one should be this, I think. Now, funny, that house was actually much easier when I rebuilt the other one. I didn't have this problem. I think I'm just going to have to take all this out. Okay, well, that's kind of messed up anyway, so... take that out. Take that out, take that out. Okay, hopefully I can leave that in the meantime. Okay, which way is this floorboards going? Okay, now you're snapping on. Okay, so garage there. And a solid wall. This is getting very, very complicated. Okay, we had a solid wall there. And there was a piece there like that. Then we got to get the frame, which is... I wonder where these frames are now again. Is it in here somewhere? Nope. Must be in here. No, that's the windows. Well, we need windows anyway, so try and just stick with that way around if you don't mind. Okay, so you're going there. Where are these frames? It's not here. Are you in here somewhere? Nope, not in there either. Why does it make it so hard to find this stuff? Oh, there's a crazy menu to go through, that's for sure. Are you in here somewhere? Nope. Where is the stuff? This is crazy. Interior. That's the bricks. Windows. No, you're not in Windows. Even though I'm gonna need a Windows thing soon, but that's not the one I want. Those are just the trims. Where the heck? I know it's in here somewhere. No, that's a roof. Add-on decks, which I'm not looking for. Why is it so hard to find this stuff? Stairs and things now. Frames. There's a stupid thing, man. There's so many stuff to go through, you can't find everything properly. Okay, so apparently that one goes there. Now I'm gonna have to go back into this thing and try and find these walls. Okay, but now this is going to be an interior wall, so we actually need to take this one, and then there's an interior wall which is got on both sides, which the game is now. Oh my gosh. I've got a feeling I've just messed up this whole game. Okay, let me see. So at least now it matches this side and it's going to match on this side. This is not good. That's one reason I didn't want to try and scrap these houses, because then that happens. Okay, well, let's just make a little save point there anyway. Come on, load, workshop. It takes a lot of time to actually try and rebuild these houses. Okay, are you still flashing? Okay, well, now it's not flashing at the moment. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why am I going out of workshop? I think it's this mod as well. It's not very accurate in the building areas. I don't know why it was doing that now. It's not like I'm outside the building area or something. Yep, there we go. See, as soon as you actually go inside the house, everything goes berserk. This is not a fun way to play this. Really isn't. Okay, the deck goes there. There was an outside thing over here. Let's see if we can get something here done. This was somewhere over here. If I can get this thing to do something. Okay, do you snap on or not? Apparently not. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a wall. I don't know what was on the side of this thing, but I'm just gonna go with that. And stick that one in there. This was a window, I believe, I think, over here. These things keep moving around, you can't always see what you're building with. Brick walls. Windows. No, that's not the windows I'm looking for. Nope, not that. Where is this stuff? So I don't know why they got windows in two different places. Okay, so you got a window there, window there, window there. And here we need to have a door, I think was over there. We need that, I believe. Or do I put, doesn't have a window on it. So that should work. I think. It's not exactly the right size. Deck post, deck railing, deck post, deck railing can go. So this is clearly not going to be the right size. Get some more light here. Ah, oh, kind of bright, but okay. Let's just change this bit. That's a bit better. Okay, so that's more or less what the house actually looked like. Why is this thing telling me I'm outside the workshop? This is so annoying, actually. Okay, we need a roof parts. Roof. I think this is going to be a real challenge trying to build inside it. Rebuild this place. Come on, stop snapping there. I want you there. Let's see if I can get you on here. Okay, now why in the world don't you want to snap onto this side now? Okay, there we go. There's one. And that's a problem there, but not really. I can fix that, I think. Okay, so we got that like that. That's all fitting in nicely. rid of this. Now I wonder if I can actually build a post on this thing. Or a floor or something. Prefab. I haven't built a deck yet, so I'm not sure how it even works. What is this? Stairs. Ground base. Okay, there's the ground base. But that's not what I was looking for. I was actually wanted. Why does it have to be such a big thing? That's not the bases there. That's what I was looking for. I'm not sure why there's a. Yeah, I see that dirt's gonna stick through that thing now as well. How do I fix that? But that's a concrete floor. That's not a base corner foundation. So this snaps onto something, I suppose. No, but why is it snapping on like that? That's not what I want. Can't they give me a clear thing? What is this? This has got an edge. So that's the front thing. Where do you snap onto? Did I make my house too low or what? I got no idea. Okay, this goes in there. What's its floor gonna look like on the other side? Okay, it's not shining through there in any way. Okay, are you gonna go that way for me? I guess not. This is making no sense. No sense at all. No, this is not doing what I wanted to do. What are the deck option things do I have here? I've only got that. Okay, this. Okay, now wonder what will happen if I delete the sidewalk. Because the sidewalk's actually a pain in the butt here now. Okay, let's make a quick save there and check. If I just delete the sidewalk piece, it should be normal solid ground beneath it. Okay, that's fucking, I can work with that. Now, let's see, I want add on deck steps, ground base. Okay, that's what we want, ground base. But this thing snaps onto the strangest places. It's not snapping where I want it to snap. And obviously that's not going to work because it's higher than the ground. Is it? Oh, there's a slight step there. Let's see if we can get this. I don't know if this is supposed to be which way this goes. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Now I learned something new. Okay, so that snaps onto the house. You could have told me that in the beginning. Okay, now why did you want to snap on like so? No, see, that's supposed to be a corner. Okay, I think I'm getting the gist of this now. This corner goes that way then. Like that, and then you take this one, stick you like that, and that goes there. I think we can just as well make our way around this thing. If this will play along with me, come on. You know you want to go in there. Okay, refresh it. Come on, be nice. Snap for me. Oh my gosh, okay. We don't want to play along at the moment. Take that sidewalk piece out. This is part of the deck. Okay, so then we have to rebuild that part. Not the road. I actually want to scrap the other thing there. Okay, I think I need to check the trimmings first. Where was trimmings? Let's get all these corners sorted out. Now this thing is telling me every time now I'm on the edge of a building area thing. Okay, that one's fine. Oh, this is getting way more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Way too much. Okay, decks. Add on bases. Come on, you snapped in there just now. Why don't you want to snap in there now? Come on, be nice. Be nice. Yes, go, go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Hold on. Let's try and see if this is going to work. Maybe if I take that out first, it would help. Thank you very much. Okay. Gee, never too old to learn. There we go. House is rebuilt with the garage and everything. Now to do the porch finished, which I have actually not done. Let's see. Yeah, there's the railings. I don't know how this stuff even works. Actually, I think I need to get these things in probably first. Okay, it looks like that goes that way. Is there only the one that got? Is there another? What is this? Oh, these are the small posts. Okay. Small post, and then a long post. Thick post. Okay, well, I want to go with... I think I'll try these ones. Stick that in there. I'm not sure where the stuff actually snaps though. Obviously you're gonna have an opening here. And this thing keeps telling me that I'm outside of my build area. Oh, this is so annoying. Come on, menu. Okay, so that's gonna be like that. Okay, then what fits in there though? Or does the stuff all automatically fit? Okay, it looks like it automatically fits. Now I want you that side. Okay. That, oh my gosh. Thank you. Man, it's a lot of hassle to try and rebuild this stuff. Now, why couldn't that area work the same way? There's obviously something there that's not very friendly to building. Okay, so we've got deck add-ons, we've got railings, roof. As the ground base stairs. What stairs do they have? I'm actually technically in the road already, so... Okay, well that's fine like that. I think this will actually close this off nicely in front here. This will trim this down a bit. Okay, well that's fine, that's fine. As long as the front one has got it. Except that this is not looking right. Why is that showing like that and that one is right? Okay, well, I'm just going to take that out. I don't want to have a funny looking step here. I wish I can rebuild this road. Okay, so technically you're supposed to drive that way. Okay, ground base, roof. What roof options is there? Okay, it's got that. Okay, add-on deck, roof flat, version 1 and 2. It's a corner. Okay, so it works the same as the As the, what do you call it thing? So if that's the corner like that, this goes in like this somehow. How do you get this thing to come on here? How the heck do you get this thing to fit on? I've got no idea how this thing fits. Apparently that is how it goes that way. If I do this. Okay, so it has to go like that. And stuff is hard to see sometimes. Okay, so then that should fit. Oh, this is gonna get annoying, I just know it. Come on, play with me, play with me. I don't think the deck is meant to go out so far, that's why it's struggling to actually do something. The corner piece is this side, so this is going to go like that. Let's see, maybe it needs a bit of a push. Oh, and now you're turning all of a sudden. Okay, there we go. Now we got it in. Man, this is such a lot of things to do to try to get this to work. Okay, now what else do we have here? Add-on deck base in short. In short what? Oh my gosh. What does this do? I can't hardly see some of the stuff. Okay, but that's obviously for bigger houses. You got these different things. But now this actually was on there. This is if you use a skew roof. I'm supposed to do something with this stuff, I'm not sure what. What does this do? This is just edging. But is it supposed to go underneath it or on top of it or what? I can't see very well here what it's actually wanting me to do here. No, but you're doing two different things at the same time. Okay, well now you want to go on properly. What's going on here? Move you up. Scrap it. And then go back to that one, which I think is the right one. And then okay, this thing is taking me outside the build area thing. Okay, so how do I fix corners and stuff? Or is this thing not going to allow me to do that? What else do we have here? This is the same thing. Okay, wait, you got a right and you got a left. Okay, wait, I see now. You got a right. Why would you have a right and a left for the same thing? That makes no sense. I don't think it's actually meant for that, but anyway. Let's see, yeah. Okay, you don't want to go on there, so maybe that one. Wow, okay. That's more or less the first house. Or should I say the second house. I think that came out pretty good. Oh my gosh, I can even open the garage door. Oh, that's cool. Oh yes, that reminds me. I'm going to fix the roof on the inside here. Let me put that on. Let's open up our menu quickly. I nearly forgot about the roof inside. There are parts for it. Now just to remember where it is though. Okay, it was in the roof area, and then we go to trusses. Was it somewhere down here, or was it in not this one? Here we go, mid sections. I think it's this. Okay, so then that is supposed to go in there. And then that one goes like that. Okay, and you're gonna go in for me. Like that. Okay, we need a smaller piece there. Which we do have. One that matches the same design. For some reason this stuff only snaps in the centers. Which is kind of weird. See, it snaps there instead of snapping on the edge of it. So let's try that one. And now I want you there. Come on. Oh, don't do this to me now. Okay, I think that's the best I'm gonna get. There we go. Then we've got a roof on the inside. So now if you want... I'm just considering, where do these people actually... If that's a garage. Where's the people's bedroom? In the kitchen. Because this was a very small house. But anyway, so if you feel like it now, you can actually add in a couple of bulbs or something, yeah? So technically you would have a light. More or less center there. You're gonna have a light over there and a light down there. Stop doing that. Okay. Looks like it happens mostly inside. Well, there's another house rebuilt. Has been much smoother compared to that mess we got going on over there. I'm just not sure. This stuff doesn't even look like it's touching here. So I'm not sure whether I used the correct one. But that's the first time I actually did a deck. I suppose I should put something up there though. Otherwise it's going to look a bit odd. Okay, now I have to wait for this thing to wake up. Okay, go back to snappy builds. Okay, we want houses, towns, decks. I'm looking for roof. Is it this one? Or the other one? I don't know why there's two different things. Come now. Why is it doing that? Thank you. All I wanted. Okay, so at least the edging is looking right. Okay, well that is the first house all done. Before I forget, actually, that's something I did forget here. And that is... I think it's in here somewhere. Nope, not that one. Is it in here? Nope. Now these things of theirs are very disorganized. But you got windows and stuff all in different places. Okay, why aren't you... What's going on here now? Why can't I... What the heck? Oh, there you are. Now you wake up. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Stick in some of these. That goes there. Where else did I have windows? That one's already got on and that's closed off. Okay, so that's cool. Okay. I don't know what else we need to put on here, but I'm not sure how to fix some of these corners though. That one came out reasonably okay. I don't know if this is supposed to move up, but then that one's not going to be right. Ugh, that's fine for the moment. Once we learn more about what's going on, then it should be a little bit easier. I suppose I should put a front door on this thing as well. Otherwise, we don't have a door. Come on. Open, open, open. Doors. Go all the way out of it. Okay, now the type of door. A lot of different options. How about we do something like that? Yeah, something a little bit different. It matches with that at least. Okay, so if you open it up, there we go. Okay, so that's cool. Maybe a light or something on the outside. I suppose we can give it some decorations and things. There's not really a lot of options for outside lights. I think this could work. I don't know why this thing, every time just on this little spot, it tells me I'm outside my building area. Which is kind of strange. Okay, so let's say there's a light. And we're going to have a couple of decorations to make it look a bit nice, I suppose. Take a bench. You can stick a bench down. If I could put this thing right. Okay, bench over there. I suppose we can add one this side too. Okay, let's get some decorational plants. Yeah, why not? Let's put that one like that. One over there. That's a little bit in the door, but that should be fine. We can stick one like that. Okay, need to get inside. Okay, just that little touch of something. I need something here to close off this hole in the ground here. Wonder what I have. Since we actually expanded it a bit further than we were supposed to. Let me think. I might have some stuff to go through and this stuff. Trying to think of something now. Sidewalk, flats. Oh no, that snaps on there, which I don't actually want. I was hoping I could get this in there without something snapping. Crates, it's also going to snap. Big crates, big floors. That. Let's see, this is the one with... Oh, that's the one we originally deleted actually. What other options is there? We've even got that. Kind of makes sense, but it's not what we're going for. Okay, which means I'm just gonna have to do this with dirt. Need something to match the rest of this thing. I just want to close this gap up a little bit. But this thing is a bit finicky over here. You're going to be too high up, I think. I don't know, you're going to be way too high. No, so it's not so much of a hole there. That looks, I think that looks a bit better. That's a bit better. Okay, and then we can get some decorations things here. Try and add a little bit of green in here. Something was not right here. Further back. There, that's a bit better. Okay, maybe a tree or something here would look decent. Okay, nice big tree. Standing like that. Got a couple of these bushes we can stick around here. It looks like already like a whole new house. Okay, now let's get inside here. I'm not sure how this... Technically, I wouldn't build a garage that's like nearly the size of my whole house. We can rather just have something else there. So this would probably be like a single bed situation. So let's go with snapping beds. We want someone with a single thing. How about that? Okay. Okay, what options do we have here? Yes, something nice. Okay, grab a pillow, any color will work. What do I put inside here though? This is kind of weird. I'm thinking maybe a crafting thing or something inside here. A little bit of storage. I got the barbecue standing over there. Somebody's doing a little bit of naughty things with ammunition and armor. Okay, maybe a couch. Can't have a house without a couch. Okay, so let's see. Nothing too fancy though, so I think I'm gonna have a couch right by the door. Maybe a table or a desk. So a little desk by the window. Let's get a chair. There's going to be a lot of work to try and actually do this with every single place. It's going to take a lot of time. Okay, need a little bit of storage of some sort. It's clothes or something. Okay, home storage. Let's see, maybe a little decoration thing in the corner here. Grab 2 of these. Okay, maybe a TV. Let's be nice and give them a TV. That would be under decorations. I do have it somewhere. Households. Okay, radios. Electronics. Okay, here we got televisions. There we go. How about that? They've got a TV. Okay, maybe a couple of rugs or something. Come on, one like that. And something next to the bed, maybe. I think that would be a little kind of go with that. Okay, so there you got like the TV room, and we got a little office area, we got a bedroom that side, and whatever they were doing inside here. Okay, what else? Got a couple of bulbs in. I don't know how I'm gonna get power to go through this entire town. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. I think maybe a couple of paintings for these poor people. I'm gonna have a boat on there and a cat on something. Okay. Simple but decked out a little bit. I do actually want a lamp. Need a lamp. Whatever it is, one lamp or something. Come now menu. I hate this thing takes so long to load every time. Okay, we want lights, table, put a little desk lamp over there. Do I have any? I think it's under decorations. Where would that be? Lights. Okay, where would he leave his lamp standing? I'm not sure. Well, how about here outside? There, boom. Okay, what else do I need? Place to sit. That's the whole house. Not too bad for a rebuild. Anything back here? Oh my gosh, how does this one look? Yeah, that pretty works. Okay, now I'm happy with that. It's rebuilt. I don't know if there's anything we can do in the back here though. Could always add a... You can maybe change that to a back door area and then add some tables and chairs out there. What's going on with this thing? Is this place broken or not? No, but it's not an entering type of house. I wonder if I can see if I can go in here or not. Yeah, no, this is basically just an empty house. It always surprises me for some reason. I don't know why. I think the whole world is made out of water. And then they started placing land everywhere. But look here, underneath, you've got water everywhere. Look how weird that is. This is land, but everything is water. Up to there. It's a lot of unnecessary things that they did when they were building this stuff. Hey, I actually notice now there's a lamp standing on this corner. Okay, something like this I will leave because it's built up, it's not broken down or anything like that. I can just make sure everything's clean and add a couple of plants or whatever, maybe extra, but I don't have to break it down and rebuild it. It's when the houses look like this, then I want to rebuild it. Even this one looks also fine. Yeah, this house is fine. There's nothing wrong there. That one's okay, so that one rebuilt. This is all in one piece. So technically I can scrap it everything and then just build another house, but it's not necessary. I'm trying to avoid the game from going a little bit bananas. I just realized something out with a fence or something. I should actually put a fence around here or something. Let's see, maybe if I can do a little picket fence or something here just to add that something extra to it. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. It's a beach fence. Let's try something with a beach fence. Okay, how does the beach fence look like? Really terrible, actually. Does this stuff snap onto each other or not? Okay, well, technically this should actually be there, and it doesn't snap. So I'm going to have to do this. And this bush is in the way here now. Replace the bush. Okay, why are you having a hard time going in here? Come on. It looks perfect. Okay. There we've got a nice little fence going around. Okay, are you gonna work or is that bush in the way? Looks like it's gonna work. That's fine like that. You can go through there. I'm just going to replace this bush. Okay, we've got different bushes. That's too big. Too big. Go on, you were fitting in here just now. Fine, I'll just put something else down. Okay, so that like that. You know what? Let me just put a table thing back here. We're looking for tables. I want these, and okay, new ones obviously not going to look too good. Stick one of those, and maybe one of these out here, like that. A couple of chairs. Let's see, what are we going to use? Good old-fashioned green chair. Oh, in this case it's a kitchen chair. think I want to stick. No, not that one. That. Heights. Maybe a little fire over there. Put that on the table. There we go. A little bit of extra something. It's getting so dark, you know. Okay, and there was light. That works. That is a big difference. Really big difference. Okay, so that's the second house. Yeah, I'm not going to have time now to do another one immediately. Here's our first one we did, for those who haven't seen it yet. Well, I did it separately, I didn't do it in this episode. This one was much easier to build. The deck is the original deck, the house, everything else I added on. And it's got a little bit of everything in there. This was like a demo type of version. Lady. Okay, got a whole bedroom and everything going on here. It came out pretty good. Oh yeah, I'll get rid of this thing. Got a house standing in the middle of the road. I don't know what I'm going to do about this first plot that we tried to build at now. That thing over there. I don't know what I'm going to do about this thing because I can't build properly here. And I think if I go, see there, it's already telling me I'm outside my build area and whatnot. That is, otherwise I'm just going to build a wall up here and close this off or just leave it, I don't know. But this part is not working. I don't want to scrap this wall, I don't want to keep this for the diner. I think I must just close it off a little bit or something. I don't know how else to fix it because you can't really build there. It's not allowing me to. What other options do I have here? Did that snap? Okay, you're snapping that way. Can't you snap on that side? No, snap this side. Come on. Okay, why are you snapping on that side and not that? That's skew and that's flat. Can't select that. Do I have those things? There's the same thing. That. Okay, that's weird. Well, let's see if this works. Do that. Then add on this thing. There we go. I knew that sooner. I could have saved myself a lot of headache. That's about as far as that's gonna go. If I can at least make it look a little bit nicer, I'll be happy with that. I don't have anything. This stuff is all. I need to use the other stuff in order to do that. These blocks. But now this is not going to snap onto that. And I can't get that in the right place. Stuff is all straight and weird. That's terrible. Now we're gonna cover this up. Let's try another way. Out the edges. Nope. Edge. You know, like big ones that can just fill up the whole area. unfortunately. Okay, that's for the pond, that's grass, that's sidewalks, fountain edges, which I don't really want, even though it snaps in all the wrong places. Let's see, how about these things? They don't have any, they don't have any bigger ones, that's the one problem. So I can't... so I'm trying to think of a way how to close this up, at least it looks a bit nicer, but if you're doing that... It might look a bit strange, I think, at the end. You can walk on top of it. So if I add a whole bunch of these in, then it could do something, or why is the game acting so weird? Yeah, I hate when it does that. This is not a very friendly area, this. Definitely not. Come on, menu. Okay, well guys, I think I'm gonna leave it there for our first stream of this area. All I can do maybe is put some trees or something in there. But anyway, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks to those for joining me. At least we've got our 2 houses down, built up a little bit. A few more to go. This one's going to be a very big challenge because that place is a mess. That one as well, quite a few. I'll see you guys in our next episode. Cheers.